Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time is firmly in our rearview mirror, and if you haven't played this game yet, you definitely should. With a Metacritic score of 85 and a user score of 8.3, it is clear that the world wanted more Crash. So it begs the question, will we be seeing a new Spyro the Dragon anytime soon? Spyro Reignited Trilogy remasters were well received, garnering praise for keeping the trilogy true to the original incarnations while upping the graphics to today's standards. With the gaming industry and players believing that bringing back all the series is a good thing, it stands to reason that we should be expecting a new adventure of our favorite purple dragon. In this fast forward video, we're going to outline what we hope to see in the future Spyro game, whenever that may arrive. In terms of its world, Spyro has always remained somewhat true to classic platforming standards. Levels are typically limited to the playing area, with not a lot of exploration expected by the player. While we don't want Spyro to become an open world game necessarily, some bigger levels with more space to wander around would add more depth and dimension to the game's universe. It would also enable more possibilities for treasure hunting, collectibles, and even opportunities for side quests and other optional content. Spyro's world is one of fantasy and magic, which has always poked a bit of fun at standard fantasy tropes. With more opportunities to explore, the developers could also have more chances to flex their creative muscles and inject even more humor. With a more expansive world, we'd also like to see a Spyro game that doesn't have the story depth of an A4 sheet of paper. The Legend of Spyro games managed to achieve this level of depth while discarding everything else that made our Purple Buddies game so great. Marrying a deeper story to the working formula of Spyro Origins Trilogy without killing the established charm and cuddliness would make for a game that meets the expectations of today's gaming audience. Spyro's backstory were again touched upon a bit in the Legend of Spyro series, and there is plenty of space for more. He may generally not be the most multifaceted character ever, but there's no reason not to add a few layers. In the original trilogy, Spyro operates more as a vessel through which we experience the world and story of the games. Instead, it would make a possible future Spyro game more engaging if the events were happening to him and affecting me as a player in some capacity. This could also come from adding more meat onto the bare bones of some of the other side characters' stories. Playing Spyro feels simple and familiar, and there's nothing wrong with that, but for a future Spyro, we would like to see combat expanded a bit more. There's a couple of ways you can go about this. For one, the Metroidvania approach could be taken where Spyro needs specific abilities that enable him to open up new paths in order to access new worlds and progress. There could also be some Zelda-like mechanics where these abilities could be used to solve puzzles while also operating as weapons. On the other hand, we wouldn't be completely averse to the idea of talent trees to customize the way Spyro fights. These trees could be based on elemental abilities, so that we can turn Spyro into an ice dragon with freezing abilities or a lightning dragon that can summon storms and electrocute enemies. The final element we'd like to see in a potential new Spyro game is replayability. The original trilogy had things like the infinite flame, which made us feel overpowered. Adding a reason to play the game again via something like a New Game Plus could add additional value to the game, as well as challenges to overcome and new achievements to hunt. And that's going to do it for this Spyro Fast Forward. What did you think of our ideas? Would you like to see a deeper Spyro story that delves deeper into our purple hero psyche and backstory? Would you like to see a new story? As always, let us know in the comments below. If you did like this video or found it interesting, consider liking, also subscribing for all future uploads. Consider sharing as well, that would really help us out. Thanks again for all the support. Till next time, see ya.